Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for tuning in to another episode of the Tried and Tested podcast. If you're not familiar with me, I am your host, Tracy, and I am a dating and relationship enthusiast. Is that a word? I don't even know. But I'm somebody who just loves to talk about all things dating, relationships, marriage, makeup, breakups, and everything in between. And so today we have a special guest. I have my girl Amanda here. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Tracy.
So we are so happy to have you today. And your topic is going
Thank
to be
you.
women. Oh, you're welcome. Your topic is going to be women pursuing men and the issues with it.
Okay.
So, first of all, I wanted to know, are you single? Are you in a relationship or are you married?
I'm married.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. And how did you meet your spouse? Did you pursue him or did he pursue you?
He pursued me. I met him, I'll say for the most part, I've known him for a while. He's like a family friend. Not really family friend, but like, our parents somewhat know each other. So I've known him for quite some time. But I never used to give him any face because, back then, do you want the whole story or just like
The
just a
Cliff Note.
brief
The Cliff Note.
summary?
We
What's
were
up?
just
What'd
trying
you
to get
say?
the idea. I said the Cliff Note.
Okay, so the cliff note is that at first I wasn't trying to give him face. I matured up and then I just went along with the flow and now we married.
Okay. Oh, that works. That works. All right. So,
hmm
do you have many single friends right now?
I'll say I have a good handful of single friends. I have a good handful. I have some that are married and I have some that are in like relationships and then of course the singles. So I got a mixture of them.
Okay. Okay. So, are you aware of this whole, thing that's going on right now with women pursuing men? And if you
Mhm.
are, do you think it's an issue?
All right. So yeah, I do know some females. I have some friends, acquaintances that are very I say it's a bold move, right? Um I to me personally, I feel like it has its pros and it has its cons.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I say it's a really bold move, it's a bold statement for a female to, pursue a man.
Okay. All right. So when you see it, do you like what comes to mind, I guess, when you see it, even if it's not your friends, even if
Mhm.
it's just people in general that you hear about, like what is your thought process as a married woman? Do you feel like they should just do what they do if they like it, or do you feel like, the Bible says he who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord? Like, what are your thoughts?
To be honest, whenever I see a female that does that, I'll just say that she knows what she wants. It's not a bad thing, because some men, unfortunately, are just very laid back, so they just need that push, from a
Mm,
female's aspect. And it's with anything in life, men are just naturally like nonchalant, and it's not a bad thing. So,
yeah.
the whole overall, I just feel like it's a statement where a female just knows what she wants and she's
hmm
just trying to shoot her shot. But I feel like there could be consequences with it.
And we will talk about the consequences. So
Mm-hmm.
my thing is that if a female knows what she wants, right? I feel like for one, I don't know any man, I don't care how shy you are or how quiet you are, that if you really wanted a female, that you would allow her to just go away. Like you wouldn't.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead.
No, I'm listening. That's very true. Mm-hmm.
So you know what I mean? So my thing is that I think there's a difference in a woman showing interest in a man and a woman pursuing a man. You get what I
Mm-hmm.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm.
I think that, like, let's say we're gonna talk about the men that you said are like really, really like laid back and so on and so forth. So I think that in that case, let's just say a female went up to them and was friendly, like, hey, how's it going? Da 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 da. Maybe they don't know each other, maybe exchange Instagrams or something, but she's very
Mm-hmm.
open in that conversation that they have. I believe that that gives the man the green light if he was interested. Any fear
Mm-hmm.
that he now had is gone because guess what? She did make the first move in conversation. And that I
Mm-hmm.
don't think is bad, right?
Mm-hmm.
But when
That's
I
very
talk,
true. Mm-hmm.
yes. So when I talk about a female pursuing a man, I'm talking about in pursuit of the way that men should pursue females, women
Mm-hmm.
are in pursuit of a man, meaning you've come across him, right? And
Mm-hmm.
you think he looks good and
Mm-hmm.
he's not moving at all or he's not moving quick enough for you. And so now you're actively doing the work that I believe a man should be doing and
Mm-hmm.
trying to get the guy, whether you invite
Okay.
him out to eat. You get what I'm saying?
Can I say something? Is it
For sure.
your okay, so
Yes.
um now what you're saying is that's an issue, okay? Because
Mm-hmm.
half of the time a man, this is me, I'm not a man, I will never be a man. This is just this is just what I see, okay?
Yeah.
A man knows what he wants when he first sees it, okay?
Mm-hmm.
So you can be chit chatting with the man. You guys can be, going back and forth on Instagram. You guys can be texting, waving when you see each other at the mall or whatnot. If
Mm-hmm.
he wants to ask you out on a date, he's going to ask you out on a date because we're
Exactly.
not children right now. I mean, I don't know if, or at least we're like what, 21 plus. You're gonna, if you're in some type of proximity with a female where you
Mm-hmm.
have easy access to, such as her Instagram, such as her phone number, such as a mutual friend, it really doesn't take, it's really not hard to move on to the next step. Now if you're constantly talking to this man on social media, or you're constantly, you do have access to him, and
Mm-hmm.
he's not pursuing that stage, the next
Mm-hmm.
level, I don't think he's really interested.
And I
Because
think
it's like,
that's
what is he waiting for?
exactly. Unless he's not, I mean, so what is he waiting for? We know there's reasons why men are not ready to commit at that moment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're fresh out of a breakup, maybe they are low on money, maybe they lost their job, maybe they lost a loved one, maybe they found out somebody is pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Like there can be a lot of reasons why a man is not ready.
Uh-huh.
But if he's not ready, I feel like you still have to wait. You know what I'm trying to say? But I don't think the woman should pick up the slack and they should try to like force him. And like I said, I've seen women where you're asking a man out on a date and you think it's okay, or you're, hey, good morning, handsome, for what? Like,
Mm-hmm.
you know
That's
what I'm
not
saying?
cute. That's not
That's what
cute.
I'm saying.
That's not
And I've
cute.
seen, and that's what I'm
But
trying to
you
say.
know
So
what?
when I,
Overall,
yeah.
Tracy, there are some successful stories with that. Like, sometimes you watch these dating episodes or
Mm-hmm.
whatnot, and then they ask the couple, oh, who pursued who first, and then there is a good handful where you know uh they'll say the wife or the girlfriend pursued the man first. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like it really depends on how long you've spoken. Like, for instance, like if you are talking to a dude for 3 months back
Mm-hmm.
and forth on some type of communication platform, and he still has not asked you out on a date,
Mm-hmm.
like a formal date, I don't like, he already knows what he's looking for.
Yeah.
I feel like that's like I feel like that to me, that's like the, what's it called? That's the cutoff point in terms of knowing where the relationship is gonna go, at least at that time. But I feel
Mm-hmm.
like if you guys talk like for the first couple few weeks or whatnot, and let's say like the third week, the fourth week,
Yeah.
you guys realize that the conversation is going good, that he takes you out on a date. That, yeah, but you talking to this dude for 3 months and no date? Nah,
But
I don't see it.
here's my honest opinion with that. And I think we talked about this before in my own personal life with situations like
Mm-hmm.
that. If you're talking to somebody for that long, even if the man is initiating, he's wasting your time. It's just that
Yeah.
simple. There's something that he's getting from you, whether it's comfort or, something, or maybe he likes a part
Mhm.
of you, but not all of you.
Mhm. Mhm.
However, what I would say is that I don't even think that women should even let it get to 3 months anymore. I
I
used to
feel
say like,
you.
yeah, I used to say like, oh, like maybe give him time. No, like literally, when let's say like back in the day, if you met a guy, right, you went to the mall
Mhm.
or something, or you went to an event or something, you met a guy. Typically, you guys will be going on a date in the next 2 weeks.
Best believe, yeah,
Yeah.
because back in the day, I miss those
Hmm.
days, but used to go out, somebody
Yeah.
got your number, whatever. Just know
Yes.
within the next 24 to 48 hours, you're getting
Yes.
a text or something. You BBMing, you're in
Yep.
some type of contact. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So,
And this
I
is
feel.
it.
Mhm. Mhm.
And I feel like
Mhm.
even if it's, and I don't agree with this now, but even if it was just to meet up and go to someone's house, I feel
Mhm.
like those type of interactions would happen fairly quickly. And so
Mm-hmm.
I think that if you now are with somebody, and usually those people that we went out with, they didn't even know you a lot, but they wanted to get to
Yeah.
know you
They
from
wanted to
like
know
face to
you.
face. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Whether it was
Mm-hmm.
dinner, or the movies, an
Mm-hmm.
outing, whatever it
Or
was,
just the mall, gonna walk around the mall.
yes,
They just want to be in your company. And you
exact.
mentioned something where you won't even give it that long in terms of 3 months and whatnot,
Yeah.
because he's wasting your time. I feel like that alone kind of dictates the pace of your relationship,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
because from personal experience, I feel like my husband and I would say overall we dated. I'll say our relationship was more of a courtship because we both knew what we were looking out of the relationship. But
Mm-hmm.
overall, it's kind of like the pace initially dictates the ending. Do you get what I'm coming from? If the dude is like slow to respond, he's not that like aggressive on asking for dates.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
just feel like that's just going to be the nature of your relationship, and then you'll see a guy that wants to pursue you, and everything is boom, 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 boom. Like to the point like they're a little bit overly annoying because they hit you up too
Yes.
much. You get
Yes.
you
Yes.
get what I'm saying? So I feel like everything really dictates the sense of the relationship, the
But
pace.
see, and this is what the women are doing though. Like they're becoming the annoying ones. They're becoming the ones that when they see you, they're, staring you down, like letting you know how good you look. You know what I'm saying? Like calling and all of that stuff. And I think like for me, I know that my guy best friends, they tell me that I'm old school when it comes to dating, but I just feel
Mm-hmm.
like for me, I can't tell you the last time that I've seen a guy and I'm like, man, like not that
Mm-hmm.
he looks good. I've seen men who look good all the time, but
Mm-hmm.
that I want to actually pursue you. Like that takes
Mm-hmm.
work. It
It
takes
takes a
time. And
lot. Mm-hmm.
yeah, and you know that the man knows what he's looking for. So,
Mm-hmm.
like I said, for me, I would say about 4 weeks. At that point, if he hasn't made anything known and he's sitting there and he's calling your phone every day or texting you or audioing you, I think that is fair time for you to either ask or for you to just let go of that
I
communication.
agree. I
Yeah, and
agree.
just, get back to him
Mm-hmm.
when you can. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like,
And
so that's
also another thing is, this is like an old school saying, but I kind of agree with it half and half. I feel like I'm just more about the man pursuing the woman because the man is supposed to love you more. He's supposed to
yeah,
like you more
yeah.
because I'm not saying that you should be the one that it's just more because females, we are more emotional.
Mm-hmm.
We're like we love harder. We're like more in it. You get where I'm coming from. Like
Oh,
your
yeah.
man can be nonchalant. It doesn't mean that he doesn't love you. He doesn't like you. That's just his personality. You know where I'm
Yeah.
coming from.
Yeah. Yeah.
So he needs to be in it, like at least emotionally, and like emotionally at least 2 times, 3 times stronger than you. You get where I'm coming from? Because
Oh,
at the end of the
definitely.
day, a man chooses his wife or his girl, not the woman. Like you'll see, that's why it kind of sucks because some people will be in a relationship and they can break up with their significant other, but you
Mm-hmm.
know which one hurts the most? I might be just talking out my ass right now, but it usually hurts more when the guy got a girl before the man. I mean, it usually hurts more when the guy moved on before the female. You know why? Because it's kind of
Okay.
like the guy
He
has
wasn't
the
into
upper
her.
hand. He has
Yeah,
the
he.
no, he has the upper hand. He can go and choose. The girl can't go and ask a man to be her boyfriend. Like
I mean,
you,
people do it though.
I mean, they do it, but is it ideal?
I mean that's the whole purpose of this topic though, because that's exactly what it is. I think that I've seen men, and I actually personally know men where the woman is so persistent in pursuing him that they end up with them, right? The man starts to realize, like, well, why am I fighting her? She gives me everything that I want. She does what I want. She's there for me. You get what I'm saying? And then they settle. The issue with that is that because you love the man more, let's say problems start to arise in the relationship, he may be willing to leave before you are, right? Because
Mm-hmm.
you love him more. And so therefore
Mm-hmm.
now you end up still having to pursue him and still having to convince him that you guys are meant to be together.
Well,
So
why
this
do you
job
have to
definitely.
convince him? Like,
well, this is what I'm saying. If you're a woman that pursues a man, that's the risk of what you
you
know.
see, like, look
Mhm.
at this. Look at Chrissy, Jim Jones' girl, baby. I mean,
Oh yeah,
girlfriend, forever fiance, whatever it
mhm.
is. She proposed to this man on national TV.
Yeah,
She got on her knee and proposed to him. Where are they now? What he didn't want to move forward. So guess
yeah,
what she has to do? She has to. He doesn't want you pursued him, but guess what? If he does not want to move forward, it's not going to happen.
exactly.
And
And
you
like
just
I
embarrass yourself. You got on one knee to
said,
embarrass yourself on national TV.
no, this is true. And like I said, women, and this, I think, so I had a conversation, obviously, this week that just passed was Valentine's Day, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
started to realize that in general, like, besides Valentine's Day, there's a lot of women. Obviously, I think there's like the numbers are wrong, but there's like 7 women to every one man, right? Every one
Mm-hmm.
straight man. And so
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there's a lot of loneliness amongst women, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so when I see like the different categories, like I had a conversation today just talking about that, like, this type of woman, that type of woman, they're all lonely. And so you can see that it's very visible that they're in search of love, right? Whether they
Mm-hmm.
look to it from their friendships or they look to it from whoever will give it. And so I feel like that probably is a reason why people want to pursue men, because they feel
Mm-hmm.
like, listen, I can't just sit here and get missed. I can't sit here
Mm-hmm.
and get looked over. And so I
Mm-hmm.
understand it, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's a serious thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I
And
mean,
I
hey, whatever like floats your boat, whatever works for you. But I
mhm,
know there are some successful stories
yeah.
that come with that. But I mean, I don't judge. If that's
Hmm.
how you want to do it, why not? So.
But I also wonder with the successful stories, is it that I approached him first or I pursued him? You get what I'm saying? Because sometimes
Mm-hmm.
once you allow them to know, like, oh, you're cute, I like you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
or, even if you say, like, oh, we should hang out sometimes, from that moment, it allows the man to know she's interested, she's not going to
Mm-hmm.
reject me, and let me take over from here. So
Mm-hmm.
then
Mm-hmm.
he begins to pursue you. You get what I'm saying? So there's different
Mm-hmm.
ways of it. But like I said, I've seen women losing sleep, losing sweat, just crazy. Like it's just crazy
Oh,
because you're trying to get somebody, and I'm like, man, like I don't think
yeah.
that's how it's supposed to
It's too
work.
stressful, to be honest. I
Yeah,
mean, don't get me wrong. We've all had that crush. We're
mhm,
human. We all had that crush. We all
yeah,
had that guy that we wish that, it can get to the next level. We all had
mhm.
that. But it's like, it's just too much energy when you think about it. Like,
This is
like it's a lot of work.
this is
Like, like
so
stressing. Oh my gosh, is he gonna hit me up today? Is he gonna hit me? Oh damn, he didn't hit me up. Okay, I'm gonna
mhm,
wait somewhere. No, like come on, like it's a
yeah.
lot of
Well,
work. So
and
I
I
would rather prefer everybody just being on the same page. So
this is it. No, I definitely agree with you. So as we wrap up, I just want to say, what advice would you give somebody in this situation, for women who is desperate to be loved, or she is desperate to have the man of her dreams or the man that's gonna marry her find her, and so she takes it into her own hands. As a married woman, what would you say?
I would just say God's timing is the best.
Mm-hmm.
Just wait, just pray, stay positive, and the right person will definitely come into your life. And best believe that right person that you're looking for, it might not be the person that it might not. I'll say it might not be your type. When I say
Mm-hmm.
type, I mean somebody that automatically, we all have that type that, okay, you automatically want to, you kind of gravitate towards this type of fatigue, this
Yeah.
type of dressing. It might not come that way, so just be open to whoever comes your way, because
Mm.
you'll be surprised what God has in store for you.
This is it. This is it. Well, I just want to say thank you so much for taking the time out. If anybody wants to get in contact with you, where
Mm-hmm.
can they find you on social media?
Oh, so my name is Ginger Baby, GINGER_BABYYY. So yes, that's where I'm at.
All right, all right. Well, thank you so much. We were so glad to have you. And to my
Thank you.
listeners, oh, you're welcome. To my listeners, guys, thank you so much for tuning in for another episode. Feel free to contact me. I have my information in the description box. And until next time, you guys, adios. Bye bye.
Bye.